welcome back to the 30 Minutes of Fame. I'm excited about this one. I've been a metalhead and hard rock guy my whole life, the last 25 years, and I was late night doom scrolling on TikTok, and this band Sisters Doll popped up my feed. I'm like, holy shit, this is great. Glam rock is coming back, and watched a ton of YouTube videos and just song after song and the old school guitar solos. I love it. So this is Brennan, the lead singer of Sisters Doll. Welcome to my little show.
Oh,
You're all the way from Australia.
yeah, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Goes to show that the power of social media. Like you sometimes post videos on all these platforms hoping for some sort of, recognition, and then yeah, it stumbled upon your feed. So that's kind of cool. It works at least.
Well, you never know what's going to happen online. I run a TikTok for my dog, and I put up this post
Oh,
like three
cool.
weeks ago, and it has 579,000 views. I mean,
Wow.
maybe I need to have my dog on as a guest and then put it on her TikTok, and you never know what's going to take
Yeah.
off. So you
Oh,
guys
you
were on
don't.
Australia's Got Talent. I know you're all huge Ozzy Osbourne fans. So what was that like to perform in front of Ozzy's daughter?
Oh, it was amazing. Like it was kind of like that was a few years ago now. It was about 10 years ago we were on that show. So it was yeah, it was just another way to sort of build momentum, I guess, in Australia. Like we'd been going for probably about 6 years prior to that, like just gigging the local pub scenes, just gigging everywhere we could. And then we got offered to be a part of that. I mean, we still had to go through all the channels to like get onto the show. But yeah, I knew a producer that worked for that show and she said, you got to do it this year because Kelly Osbourne's on there, Ozzy Osbourne's daughter, like rock band, it could work really well for us. And we're like, okay. So we kind of went on and thought, oh, we'll maybe do the audition and we won't get any further because they never have rock bands on them sort of shows generally.
Yeah.
And got through to the semis, and then next minute we got through to the grand final. We're like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, we got to the runners up. Like they just announced the winner. There was a top five and then the winner. So we always say we got second, but who knows where we actually got. But yeah, it was a great experience, and yeah, you don't get to sort of mingle with the judges too much, but there was a few moments where we got to hang with Kelly, and yeah, she just told us some old stories from her dad, and yeah, it was just really cool to sort of yeah, meet people and sort of see that world because the industry, it's a big industry, but it's so small at the same time. So it was good to kind of see TV world as opposed to music world. It's kind of cool to see how it rolls behind the scenes. And yeah, there's a lot of money in TV world, put it that way. There's a lot of like that we got to live like kings for like 2 weeks, I think it was. They flew us up to Sydney. We got to stay in this nice hotel. They fed us. We yeah, all our travel was paid for. It was like kind of nice. And then but once the show finished, it was like, all right, guys, thanks for your work. See you later.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, yeah. Had to figure out where our guitars were, carry them to the taxi, pay for the taxi. It was like full on, just like once the show was done, it was like bam. But it was good. It was a good experience.
That's crazy. So you're from a small mining town called Collie, Australia. You started with
Yes. Yeah.
playing with two of your brothers, and now you have three of your brothers. So four brothers in a band called Sisters Doll. Did you have any sisters? Where'd that name come from? Where did?
No. Sort of like we were doom scrolling Google way back when. That was like years ago. We were doom scrolling old band logos and Twisted Sister logo came up and the New York Dolls logo came up and I was like, I really like the New York Dolls logo. And Bryce, my brother, really liked the Twisted Sister logo. And we're like, I think I just blurted out, we were just throwing names out there. There was all sorts of different names and like that we were throwing out. And then I just sort of blurted, what about Sisters Doll? Like mixed Twisted Sister and New York Dolls. And and at the time we were going for that sort of like that full glam sort of, we sort of toned it back a little bit, but back then we were like going for that look. So we're like with the pink logo and stuff. So we're like, yeah, all right, that kind of works. And then I think we told our parents, we're like, what do you think of this? And they're like, yeah, that's got a good ring to it. And then because we were brothers, it was kind of like a bit of a, you know, oh, sisters, doll, brothers. It was kind of a bit, sort of at the time. Thinking back, we probably would have come up with probably a better name if we had our time again, but people seem to like it and yeah, it's once you've sort of got a bit of momentum, it's hard to change a band name because it takes a long time to build up a brand and yeah, so it kind of stuck and that's where it sort of came from. So don't ask me where it came from, it was just literally that's how it was, looking up two band logos and they were the two that sort of at the time was like, they're cool, let's put them together.
You've shared the stage with well, two of my favorite bands of all time, Extreme and Kiss. That's did you get to meet? I mean, I know you play guitar. Did you get to meet Nuno? And what's that guy like?
Yes. Yeah, so my brother Austin, the guitarist in the band, he's a huge Nuno fan. Yeah, he's like massively influenced by him and has loved him for a long time. So when we were on the Monsters of Rock cruise, um, Austin bumped into him and then saw him at like in the gym and then sort of like hung out with him, played like poker with him or like blackjack, I think and just got to know. And he was really lovely to us. So he even gave us a shout out on stage, which no one captured on film, which is annoying. It was just like spontaneous. We were watching Extreme on their last show in the theater, and he goes, and I've met some great people, some young up and coming bands, Sisters Dole, I actually mentioned, and we're like, oh wow. So he was very down to earth, and yeah, such a lovely dude to us, and he knew that Austin was a fan as well, so I think he embraced that and was sort of gave him some advice, which was nice. And then yeah, Kiss was another one. I mean, we got to play with Peter Criss as for his final two shows, so we were his backing band for his final show in Melbourne, and he did one in New York. So we were originally only meant to do the Melbourne show, but he loved working with us so much that he flew us over to do the New York show. So we got to play his final show ever. So we got to learn all his like solo material,
Wow,
and yeah, so that was yeah, real spin out. Like he was the only member up at that point that we hadn't met. And so then we got to play with him, and then yeah, he just opened up the doors a lot more to the Kiss world, the Kiss community. People like, who's this band, Sisters Doll? And then that obviously led to getting on the Kiss cruise, and then obviously the Kiss cruise led to another event in the States, and then obviously we got on the Monsters of Rock cruise. So yeah, a lot of opportunities have happened due to Peter Criss and his wife Gigi, and yeah, and the opportunities we've got, which we never took lightly. We always worked 110%. So we were yeah, just fortunate and humbled to be able to do that. Yeah.
beautiful. So who does most of the songwriting for the band? And with working with three brothers, how many fights does that turn into?
I mean, early in the early days, like Bryce and I was in a band prior to Sisters Dolls, so I sort of knew a little bit. We were writing songs and that, so I sort of had a bit more of a idea, even though I was quite young. So early days it was probably more me writing the stuff, and we sort of would work together. The boys always wrote their own parts, but this last album kind of was more of a collective because when COVID hit, obviously we got locked down, but we are all still living at home in our family house in Melbourne. And so I said to the boys, I said, we kind of got to take advantage of this because everyone else was locked down, but they don't all live together. We were fortunate enough that we still lived together in the same house. So we knew we wanted to do a new album. And so we were chatting to our producer at the time. We went to a new producer and he said, just keep demoing, just demo, demo, demo. The more songs you've got, then we'll pick the best 12, and then we'll go from there. So we just kept demoing. So every idea we came up with, every old idea that we had from the past, we just resurfaced and we ended up recording, I think about 34 demos, all up. And then that, which led to like the latest album, Scars. So, but it was more of like, even though one of us might have had the idea, we all kind of collectively worked on it and made it go from here to sort of here. And then obviously when we got into the studio with the producer, different ears as well, he was like, oh, let's do this. And it just lifted the songs more. So it was, as much as COVID was a bit of a pain for everyone, it was kind of nice to be able to be creative and be locked up so we could be creative. So that's kind of where it is. Whereas now we're like, oh, we've got to get a new album out. So I don't know how we're going to have time to like sit together and write it and record it. But we're about to go on a UK tour. So we're going to be long drives in a bus. So maybe we'll, yeah, hash out some ideas while we're driving.
So I've been watching a lot of clips from various gigs and concerts on your TikTok page, and you're in Australia. You're playing somewhere on the other side of the world, and you got a whole audience just singing along with every song. Or like, what's that like for you when you hear people singing along with your shit? That's
Oh, it's amazing feeling like, especially mainly our recent single, Good Day to Be Alive. It was an older song that always, it was on our second album, but it was always something special about it when we'd play it live. People just would get into it. And then it became like our last song we do at every set sort of thing. And then we went to the UK last year for the first time, and people started singing it like after just hearing it the one time, like we would sort of teach it to them at the start of the song, like at the start before we kick in, and then people would just be singing it back. And our UK management at the time, she was like, I've never seen that happen before, like people listening to a song for the first time and singing it back. So she goes, "There's something about that song." She goes, "I want you to re-record it and rehash it." And we're like, "Okay." So when we got back, we re-recorded it with our new producer Ricky Ray and re-released it like, and we did a tour on the back of it, sort of thing. And yeah, it's just sort of rejuvenated the song, and to have people sing back, it's kind of like, yeah, and it's an amazing feeling. And not just in Australia, but even to go over to the UK or even America on the Monsters of Rock cruise, when people were singing it back to us, it's like, wow, we're in the middle of nowhere on a boat in America with different people from all parts of the world, and they're singing our song back that I wrote in my bedroom. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of the best compliment you can get as a musician. Like, and the industry is so hard these days. Like, it's not about the money, it's not about the fame. It's those little things like that make you go, oh, this is why I do it. Like, you're like, you've made someone happy and they're singing something that you created. Like, that's kind of all I think any musician could say. Money's great, fame's great, but to have people love your music is kind of like the icing on the cake. It's a real humbling and real special moment when that happens. So yeah.
For me, like as this little podcast host, when I've had a few guests on that had like really powerful mental health stories or addiction battles, and they were so nervous about sharing their story because they're afraid of being judged and all this stuff. But having a guest that's done the show, and then when it's released and they message me and say, "Hey man, coming on and talking about that really impacted me." So for me, that's like people
Yeah.
singing along, right? Or someone reaches out and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
that episode really hit me." It's kind of the same thing, right? It's kind of like I don't care if 10 people watch the show, if there's one person that goes and gets help, or that's what it's all
Yeah,
about. I love
exactly.
it.
Yeah, yeah. And you're giving them a platform to be able to speak and not be scared, because it is, even with music, it's one of them things, you spend hours writing a song or putting it together. It was like, I remember when we released the last album, we hadn't released an album for ages, but this one was like quite special to us. And I remember we did like a listening party before we released it to the world with like, I think we had about 100 of our like closest fans come down and be a part of it. And I remember when we hit play on the first song, like, we knew it was like, we loved it, but you're kind of like, oh, I hope everyone likes it. You can't, it's one of those things. But yeah, so to have people enjoy what you do is also a nice feeling.
Your catchphrase for the band, and one of them was "Welcome to the Dollhouse." Are you ready to play? I saw that somewhere. I don't know where it was, Facebook or something. But what do you want fans to walk away with after a Sisters Doll concert?
Oh, no energy. Yeah, no energy would be nice. Nah, I think it's this is that's where we kind of shine. I've said it in previous interviews. We thrive on being on stage, and we give it all for the whole 2 hours we're on there, even if it's a 30-minute set, 40-minute set, whatever we get asked to do, we give our all. And yeah, just smiling faces. And I mean, the world's just so full of turmoil. Sometimes you put on the news, there's
Mm,
always bad news, and there's, break-ins and things going on all the time. So we really try and make our shows just, you're watching the band on stage, just forget everything. There's no politics, there's no nothing. It's just like, here we are, enjoy the show. And that's what we really try and do, give people a night out, whether, like, same with you, where you're saying about the podcast, whether there's 10 people watching or 1,000 people or 10,000 people, we give the same show every time. So people know, well, if I'm going to go to a Sisters Doll show, I'm going to get my money's worth, and it's going to be a good night out, as opposed to, so that's what we sort of try to bring, is just positivity and a night out for people where they can just let go of their feelings and get lost in the dollhouse, I guess.
beautiful, beautiful. If you're okay with it, at the end of our episode, I'm gonna edit in that "The Great Day to Be Alive" song. Um,
Of course. Yeah. Yep.
I almost kicked the bucket in 1994. I got knifed 13 times and had a horrible 25 years
Oh,
after it.
wow.
So that song really hit me because every day is a great day to be alive. And I don't have perfect days. And I still have my anxiety moments and shit like that. But it's just such an anthemy song, man. It's powerful. I want to get people to listen
Oh,
to it
thank
at the
you.
end here.
Yeah, that'll be cool. And that's what we really wrote it for. It's just a celebration of life, because at the end of the day, we're all lucky to be here. We don't know where we go after it's all said and done. So while we're here, you might as well just enjoy moments, because we all have bad days, but that's what I think the positive thing is for me is on stage, and I have moments on like in your day-to-day life. But when I get up on stage and I can sing that to the crowd and the crowd singing it back to me, I'm like, well, if I'm making their day better, it makes my day better. So yeah.
Beautiful. Now after the UK
Mm.
tour, we're gonna get Alberta, the province I'm from. A lot of 80s rock bands come, and they'll like 30, 40,000 people come. But get, Guns N'
Wow.
Roses, they come every summer and play a big stadium show here. It's usually 20 to 30,000 people. So rock is not dead
Wow.
in Alberta. It's a very country themed province, but okay, you guys need to do a Canadian tour after a UK tour. It'd be great to see you
Yeah.
live.
Yeah. It'd be awesome. It's so tough. Like, the UK is not too bad because we've got a team there working for us, so it makes it a little easier with like visas and to be able to get there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if Canada's the same as America, but America is so tough to sort of get in and break into because of the visa system and to go over there. But yeah, we should maybe look at Canada. I'll have a look into it.
So you've opened for some pretty cool bands, but what was your first concert that you saw live that made you think, shit, I want to do this?
It was quite young. Dad was a massive Kiss fan, or he loved all music, but he had a big Kiss collection, and Kiss was kind of like the band for us as kids growing up, you know. So I remember being quite young and we really embraced it and we loved it. And I remember Dad's best friend was a huge Kiss fan too, but his kids weren't into it as much. Like they weren't musical, didn't really like it. But me, Bryce, Austin, and Sage, when he got older, were like all in on it. We loved Kiss, we loved playing the music and stuff. So I remember they did their first farewell tour, which was what 2001, I think it was. And yeah, they came to Perth and I think I was 9 at the time, 9 or 8, and we got to go up there and we stalked them at their hotel and whatnot. And I remember we were quite young and I had an Ace Frehley t-shirt on and Ace came out of the hotel and we had like a pile of stuff and his bodyguard goes, because there was heaps of other people around, they go, here mate, sign the kids stuff. So he literally signed like 10 pieces of our and gave it back to us just because we were young. And then that was like real surreal. And then we went to the concert the next night, and I remember that we were like quite far back, and yeah, just something about like seeing what you saw on TV at the time. Because there's no like social media and that back then. So what we saw on our DVDs and TV to actually see in the flesh, like I can't remember everything, but there was moments where I was like, wow, this is cool. And I don't know, ever since then, I've just always wanted to do music, and it was always yeah, just something we've always wanted to do, and I think it all ignited something in us. But we didn't start playing music till quite later on in life. Like I was probably like mid-teens before I even started picking up guitar and whatnot. I was more of a drummer because our dad was a drummer, so the collective instrument in the family was like drums. We always had a drum kit set up and that, so all of us can actually play drums. But I always wanted to be the front man, so I sort of dove to the guitar and the vocals, and yeah, and we sort of just made our path that way.
Beautiful. My first concert I ever went to was Alice Cooper and Motorhead on the
Oh, cool.
Raise Your Fist and Yell tour. I was in like grade 7, so I was pretty young too. And I
Yep.
remember Alice Cooper cut a head off a mannequin, so we all had blood on our shirts. So we
Oh, cool.
we all wore them to school the next day, and the teacher's like, "Why do you have blood all over your shirts?" I'm like, "Alice Cooper."
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that started my addiction to it there. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'm a
I know, I
huge
get so
fan.
lucky.
I love the tunes. If anyone out here is watching, just go. I'll put all your links in the description. I'm gonna play one of your songs here after we're done. And if you're in
Oh,
any of
thank
the
you.
towns that you guys are going to, make sure to go check them out. My bucket list is to
Yeah.
get on one of those Monsters of Rock cruises, man. I've
Yeah, you should. We're on next year, so you should come on. It's out of LA next year, so you should come on.
well, there you go. That's only like a 11-hour drive to get to LA. I don't think flights are pretty cheap here, but
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah, it's
cool, man.
better for
That's on
us
my
to.
bucket list. That's all my favorite bands and stuff, and it'd be wild.
Yeah. No, you should come on next year because they invite. We were on 2005, 2025, sorry, and we got a good response, so they invited us back for this or next year, 2027, and because it's out of LA, it's actually a bit easier for us to get to as well. We don't have to go all the way to Miami, so it's yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
That'd be cool, man. If we can make that happen, we can do a live episode with the whole band.
Yeah, that'll be great.
There's
Yeah.
my goal. All right,
Yeah.
man. I love. Thanks for coming on with me. I got one more question for you that I ask all my guests at the end of the show, and I can gonna bet you've never heard this question out of all your interviews you've ever done.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm
This
intrigued.
I'll tell you the story of this question after, but a 100-meter pigeon carrying contest. How many pigeons could you fit in your arms and carry 100 meters?
Oh. Um, I'll go with eight.
8? That's not
Eight.
bad. Not bad. The most common answer is 5, so that'll put you in like the top 20% out of all my guests.
Okay.
So you'll have
I'm
to
thinking
ask your
like
other band members the same question and let me know, and I'll update the description. No, I got to meet one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Bret the Hitman Hart, like a couple of years ago,
Oh, me too. I love
and
him too. Yeah, cool.
so I'm at a hockey game with him, and I'm just talking to him for like 3 hours straight, and then I'm like, I had had a few wobbly pops, a few, you know, and I'm like, man, I bet you I
Yep.
can ask you one question you've never been asked in your 10,000 plus interviews. Like, I'll bet you a beer. He's like, you're on, and he was like you. He was just silent for like 35 seconds. He's like, man, I've never been asked that. I'm like, yes.
That's, that's
It's also
cool.
the way I can tell that people say they watch every minute of every episode and like, oh really? What'd you think of that last question? And they have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. So it's
Yeah, it's a good one. That's
all right.
cool.
Everybody, go check out Sisters Doll, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you get your music. I'll put every link down in the description, and maybe if we get enough comments, we'll get them here to Canada. That would be cool too. Part of Stampede
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
after the
Yeah, if you
months
know
as
anyone
well.
or any contacts that can help us, we'll definitely come if we can make it happen.
Oh, there we go. That'll be my mission after this episode. I'm a huge fan, and I love it. So Adam Levine saying rock is dead. You know what? Go pound sand, man. Rock is not dead. It's coming back. I can feel it. And
Yep, you just got to go looking for it. That's the main thing.
that's right. All right,
Yep.
everyone, don't forget to say one nice thing to one person every day of this year. Whether it's online, someone struggling, just reach out. Just reach out to someone you haven't talked to in a while. Just say one nice thing every day.
Well, I've been walking around. I'm walking through this lonely town. Nothing better to do. I gotta open my eyes.